just like have on a shirt or a sweater. You know. Alright. Okay.
Yes.
Next,
These pieces of information can tell us something. According to Mr. Taylor's friend, on the day of the incident, Dennis had been wearing "Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi."
A red t-shirt.
That's right. He was supposedly wearing a red Portland Jacks t-shirt that day. But when his body was discovered, it was wearing "Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi."
A
Yes.
white shirt.
His corpse was found wearing a white shirt. In other words, his clothing had changed. And yet, if that was all we know, we couldn't rule out if the deceased had changed his shirt himself. However, if he had, there would still be a discrepancy. Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
There's no indication of the stab wound. And apparently there's no drugs on it either.
Yes, the corpse had a wound that wasn't reflected by the state of the clothing it was wearing. There's only one answer to this puzzle, and that is, calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
Killer made Dennis Dennis was naked when he died. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a
Indeed.
real nice image.
Whoever had killed Mr. Taylor replaced the shirt he was wearing after killing him.
Is it bad that for the whole mission I've actually had an image of Ichiro Takeba, Yukari's father from in Persona 3? Is it bad that I've had a picture of him in my mind instead
reason
of
for doing
whoever
that
Mr.
was-
Taylor is?
Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
I don't know, just that's what I think he looks like. Makes look like suicide.
Exactly.
And now we
It
have
was
this
probably to hide the
camouflage.
stab wound and make us believe the cut wrist was the cause of death. The killer staged the suicide in order to mislead us.
And now finally we can put these
I
two
see.
together.
These two are related. There are no vital reactions to the broken finger. That means the damage occurred after death. Considering that the killer must have changed the victim's clothing after death, calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
It was broken while changing. I'm not even looking at the little blurbs at the top anymore. I'm just like, click,
That's right.
click.
The killer broke the corpse's finger while changing the shirt on the body.
Dr. Kimishima, how's the investigation going?
I've almost uncovered the deception, but the truth hasn't completely been revealed.
I see. So we can't arrest the culprit yet?
That's right. I need conclusive evidence that can help us identify the killer.
The most reliable giveaway would be if we could find a fingerprint at the crime scene. However, only the victim's fingerprints were found when HQ searched the room.
I'm not surprised, considering the lengths the killer's gone to hide his tracks. The murderer was probably wearing gloves while the crime was being committed.
Huh. Isn't there anything the killer might have touched?
Something that would require him to take his gloves off? It's hard to think of anything.
Well, the best evidence would be on a hard, slick, inorganic substance. It doesn't matter what size it is.
All we can investigate are the crime scene, the corpse, and what the corpse was wearing. Could there be anything among those items that the killer touched with a bare hand? I'll have to investigate further.
Yes.
Thank you, little guy.
Have you ever tried buttoning a shirt with gloves? I haven't, but it's probably gonna be really, really hard. Hard and smooth on the personal effects. Wait. And she said on the corpse too. I'm not gonna go look on the corpse. It's gotta be on the effects. Hard, slick, and inorganic. Still
The
type of
killer
butt.
put this shirt on the victim's corpse after the murder took place. That would mean that the killer would have had to button the shirt up as well. Buttoning up a shirt with
Brings up the
gloves on is no
killer.
easy task. If my predictions are correct,
Now we gotta go send that in to be analyzed. You know, I actually had this whole case figured out as soon as I learned that the electrician came in
The buttons on the
at
victim's
like noon.
clothes,
'Cause
huh? I'll look into them right away.
who else
One
could it
moment,
have
please.
been? Really, tell me. Who else could it have been?
Hopefully this will help
if
us
this is a
find the
murder and no
identity
one
of our
else had come in
mystery
and he was
murderer.
alive at noon.
Dr. Kimishima, it was there. I found it. There's a fingerprint from someone who isn't the victim. It's, a right thumb.
Great. Run the print through the list of registered offenders immediately.
Leave it to me. Such an attention to detail has gone into this. It can't possibly be a first-time offender.
You never know. I mean, people who are playing this are actually learning that a lot of detail has to go into hiding a
There
crime.
has to be a match for this
So,
fingerprint
you
on
never know.
records.
I sincerely hope so. This case should be over soon.
Ding. And at the end, this becomes solid evidence. Or it tells us that we've solved the case.
The dead shall speak. Let's put together the truth of what happened here. The victim in this case is 30-year-old Dennis Taylor. As there's no motive for murder, it's a suspected suicide. However, the victim had a hidden other side. This card is the one with proof of that.
Where is it? Dennis the Pusher.
Yes, while he did work at the bar, he also dealt drugs.
He did?
This case is related to the victim's drug activities. The proof of that is on this card. Indeed, the drugs
Right there.
hidden behind the shelf were missing. The killer went into Taylor's room to kill him for his drugs. The real cause of the victim's death can tell
It
us
should be
that.
obvious at this point, but
I know
at the
that
end of
because
every
this card.
case, you go through a little recap. I don't know why I failed to mention that until now. Right, true cause of death, no. Should be
Right.
on this,
The
right?
wound on the wrist was not the true cause. Next, the killer disguised the murder as a suicide. This card proves the misdirection used to hide the murder.
Okay, camouflage the body.
I cannot make any more mistakes.
Oh, wow. Wait, what is it then? Oh,
Yes.
oh.
The appearance of suicide covered up the real
That'll teach me not
cause.
to read the cards.
The next topic is the secret hidden in the room itself. The murderer used a trick to create a locked room mystery. It was made to seem as if the victim was the only one there. This card shows the trick that had been used.
The screw thing.
Exactly. The killer
She even
thought this
asked
would
for the
clear
locked
his
room
trail.
trick. If you can't figure that out, then I'm sorry, but what's wrong with you?
And yet, the culprit had one more way to hide from suspicion. That was to hide when the murder itself took place. This card shows how he went about that ruse.
Secret of
The
the
murder
fire.
took place 3 hours prior to the fire's start. It's natural to assume that if the room was locked, then the crime and the fire would be at the same time. The plan was perfect. No fingerprints were left in the room. However, there was
Well,
one
that's
thing
where
the
that
killer
went.
hadn't counted on. There was one task he needed to remove his gloves to
Sorry
do.
guys, I'm like organizing my
This
shelf at the same
card is
time as doing
evidence of that
this.
task.
And I just found my the soundtrack for Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey,
He probably couldn't button the clothes with his gloves on.
which, well, the one that doesn't
No
work.
matter how small the buttons, they were still prints.
For those of you who don't know, Shin
Even
Megami
a
Tensei
fragment
Strange
of a
Journey
fingerprint
was
can be
shipped with
used to
a
identify
defective
him.
soundtrack.
The victim must have been surprised.
One that would not
After
play
all,
the
he
songs
thought the killer
on like
was a
CD player.
customer.
It was basically a storage disc.
This is what he said at the very end.
And as always, these end with the deceased voice.
Stop! You! No!
The final flickers of this soul's light show me the truth.
Ooh, don't want to step on that.
Who's there?
I'm sorry. I must have surprised you.
Whoa.
You're that electrician. Why are you
Wow,
here?
This
is one long
I was called up
recording.
because a switchboard blew. I need to have it fixed by tomorrow.
I see. That sounds difficult.
I'm not entirely sure why he decided to come kill Naomi, but well, he's paying for it now.
Freeze. Don't move. I see corpses all day. One more won't bother me.
I like that line actually.
Naomi! Are you hurt? I'm sorry. I should have stayed.
I've solved the case. I'll give you my report tomorrow.
The report can wait. Naomi, you must think of your safety.
Nobody lives forever. Even if I died today, it'd just be earlier than I expected.
And with that, the locked room mystery is finally over. Well guys, I am going to go now, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.